Hello! I know I gotta walk around to the camera. It's Steve, Dichroic Glass Man, Sunday. Let's see, what's the date? January 15th. I don't need dates when I'm measuring wood, cutting wood, and all that kind of stuff. Dang, I don't know how warm it was today. It's like 70 degrees or better. Get to wear my tank top here. It was that warm. This is winter. I know. Crazy winter. Anyway, getting farther along in the grinder project. It's looking pretty good. I'm starting to see where I want to go next. A lot of times when you build, you see an image. That's theoretical mind. It's thinking, and you got to get it out somehow, and that's logical. And once you start sawing the wood, theory turns to logic. Idea turns to reality. So you got to start sometime, somewhere. Just go for it. Make it out of cardboard, make it out of particle board. Do what you got to do just to see the image, and then think what you got to do. I don't care if it's duct tape. I've seen some models done with duct tape and cardboard, and they later turned into a piece of furniture. I mean, how do you conceptualize thought? How do you actually turn it into reality? You got theory and logic. Theory, the idea, and logic that knows how to saw the wood, do the measurements, hold the hammer, do the drill. You know, you get it. Start. Sometimes, I don't know where all the shop's going to end up, but it's really turning out pretty cool. I'm really happy about it so far. And I'm just building on it as I go along. I have no particular measurements in mind. It just presented itself. Other than, remember I told you, to basically create yourself a 45-degree angle. It helps you keep your back straight as you work, which is really important because I did a back injury that was quite profound, and then I was in a car accident, a very profound car accident in 2006. Hope to do a video on it because it's actually a turning point in my life. I got smashed into the windshield in a head-on car accident, and it changed my reality. It's kind of like those stories where you wake up different. You're now talking French or playing the cello. I don't do either. But I woke up. Let's put it that way. Crazy. So anyway, it's coming along really well, and I'll just grab over to the camera and let's just see what we got here. Keep it on the tripod. My neighbors I share a business where neighbors are a band, so I have to put up with that. Anyway, this turned out really sweet. As we were showing in the previous, this is for the lap wheel, and I get it all in the water protected, that vinyl, weatherproof, water protected, waterproof. Anyway, this ain't waterproof, the molding, but I didn't poly it like I thought I would. I don't care. It's just 2x4s that are ripped, so they're expendable, and they can be replaced. I plan on having it up here. Anyway, this for quite a while. This is a 5-step program. What I've got, this is the cork wheel, and different stages. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 here of different grits, and then the polishing wheel. I'm going to get into some really cool stuff. Kind of been tagging up with Robert Stephan, Stephan, of hisglassworks.com, and he sells all the materials to people like Toll and Sand and Jack Storm, and on and on. So you might want to check out some of his stuff on Google. So I get some of his odds and ends, and we're going to be showing some really fantastic stuff that he does, because I've got a couple pieces. Robert and I have collaborated on a couple projects, and we're going to do some pretty cool stuff coming up. Going to have a lot of just fun. I'm decided to open my shop, my ideas, what I've been doing in life. Somebody might think it's curious. What's the weird guy up to now? Well, this is where we're at. So this turned out really slick. Let's back up on that. Turned out really cool. I'm really liking this. Order is taking form, not this shelf, not so much, but from here down, it's looking really great. So, like I said, some of the projects that I do on this lapidary wheel. Then let's get over here to the grinder station. Woohoo! It's looking pretty sweet. This isn't going to stay here, neither is the light over my head. But my grinder, let's slide these off. I think you might find this kind of fascinating. Crash, biff, bam! Let's get the camera in. I think I'm going to be in here, right here. Let's see. Am I in the picture? Yes, I'm going to be in the picture. Okay, anyway, what I did here, just to give you an idea, I ran some, remember the ceiling grid that goes over fluorescent lights? What I did is I cut my pieces, framed it all in, really nice and slick, and put my 2x4 grid underneath here. I'll probably ought to back that up here in the next video as I escalate. I'll take some of this off and show the structure underneath here, because that's really vital to this project. Kind of close it up in my excitement. I want to get things done, but I can always take the screws out and shoot the video. Anyway, as I got right here, there's some strips, and the reason that I did these strips on this grid, that's going to drop water through the bottom. The reason I want that water is because I want water to continually be flowing over the surface of my grinder bits. We all got grinder bits. If you're doing stained glass, I got a lot of them. Different sizes, different configurations, different, and this is a ripple bit. So different configurations for different purposes. Anyway, on the bottom of this grinder, what I did is I took these strips and I spaced them out in between the legs. I gotta make absolute sure that I'm in that picture. Yep. Okay, sorry about the craziness. That's what you gotta do when there's only one of you. So I aim these strips to go in between the legs, so I can set it down and I can slide it. If I got a long piece that's pretty long and I want to back it away from my wall, I'm just going to slide it down. And for the most part, right there it's level. This is a different plateau because same thing for the disc grinder. So this fits right in its little cradle. Then what I did is I took my wiring and I nailed it in with some of these cable guys. Let's see, let's get a shot over here of what they look like. People use them for cable. They won't smash your cord. And then from over here I used an eye, like a hook, a cup hook, a large cup hook, and I bent it over so my wire can just stay right in there. Nothing's cramped. You can see over here in the corner, nothing's cramped. I'll put another one over here, and then I'm going to put a nice fuse strip on the outside. This one doesn't stay here. So all in all, it's coming along really nice. Down here on the bottom, on the floor, I'm going to create a shelf. I don't like things on the floor. I'm going to create a shelf because to the shelf, I'm going to put rubber flooring down, rubber pads that you get at Farm and Fleet, and I'll be showing them. You want them for your feet, especially people like me who've had injuries. And had my foot crushed off in 1972 in a horse accident. Maybe I'll describe it in a I'll see if I can get a diagram or cut out a foot to give you an idea. Horse accident 1972. Kind of had to modify my life a lot in order to adapt to it, which is really what probably one of my greatest strengths, besides being inventive, is that I've adapted to extreme circumstances in life. As many of us have, I'm just verbalizing it, that's all. And I found a end-all of creating art that has helped empower me. It's probably the greatest thing I've ever discovered. Art rescued me. So anyway, long-winded conversation. Might even have to do another video. So the same vinyl, locked in with wood. Got my little shelf going on up there. Let's Let's look at things, see how I did it, so that if you're building ideas in your mind, you kind of remember this strip goes all the way under it. Okay, and it slides. There you go. Whoops, there you go. It's a nice little track. I did it just the thickness to get it just barely off of its legs so I can slide it on the wood. You'll know what I mean when you turn your grinders upside down. You'll see the measurement. You will fasten the back strip, you'll bring it forward, you will lay this strip under it and gently lift it up and over, and there's your mark. I did pretty good with it. I kind of left this area over here for either another grinder if I need it, because the splash guard underneath will be able to contain all that. Remember, these cords don't go here. This is poobah, so this will come up and over and be tacked down, out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. But I have to arrive at what kind of power strip I want. If I'm going to run a piece of faceplate, which it looks like at this point I will, create a nice even faceplate and put a nice fuse strip on there. Try to keep everything in one of those fuse strips. I mean, that's what this thing is, circuit breaker. And if you blow, if something arcs out, what have you, this is really where you want to go. And this is at lows. This stuff's really nice. Can't tell you what that cost. I think it was like $14. So not bad. And it comes with like a 10-foot cord on it, I think. 8 anyway. So all in all, I'm really pleased. I'm going to start the shelving under here. What I'm going to do over here, get down on the ground here, is, like I said, I'm going to put a shelf down below. Then I'm going to put a piece from here down and be able to put my 5-gallon bucket in there, because that's going to be my water source with the pump that goes into the Covington. That's the lapidary grinder, the lap wheel. So I'm going to need a pretty powerful pump. And that same pump is going to run my grinders. So I don't care if I got a nice drip going on in the grinders, either one of them, because I'll have a flexible spout here on the wall. Don't mind it at all. Going in the tray, keep coming in. It'll go through a filtration system so that, kind of like a fish aquarium, so that I'm only getting good water, nice clean water, and it's circulating. So enough for that. What do you think? Let's get back. Got a hell of a mess going on in the rest of the shop. But all in all, it's coming out really slick. Hey, thank you for the comments, for the warm compliments. Email me if you got some ideas, something we want to talk about. I'm not going to really go into my processes because I sell them. The Genesis system, I'm not going to show that to the public, nor my bevel and dual system, but we'll get pretty darn close and get right along so that we can build some curiosity. Go to my Etsy if you're interested in my products. Thank you. Have a great day. Hug somebody. Let them know that they're appreciated. Bye-bye.